All right. So Seth Wyola Board is with us, and Seth has the Holistic Health Clinic going on. And of course, diseases, Seth is saying don't manage it, reverse it. All right? And he's here with us. So don't call him yet on 7611952 because he won't be able to take a call right now. Seth, what's going on? Morning, man.
Morning, morning.
Nice,
Thanks
man.
for having me. And good morning to all of our viewers.
Yep. Now,
Right.
now you sent me a message last week, Friday, when I hit the when I was talking about the transgender issue, and you said, hey, I could speak on that, you know. Now, I didn't reply yet because I was in two minds. I was saying, this could be a real controversial one, you know. But you know what? Controversy is good, Seth. Controversy is good. And you know he is Mr. Controversial too. All right?
Yeah.
The
so
planned fraternity have serious issues with you. All right? So,
And, you know, I always bring a level of science and research behind, you know, everything
that you say.
Bring or share on the program. So I think we should just get into it one time and let's see some of the latest information regarding the topic of transgender.
Okay, no problem.
Transgenderism.
I am very interested to find out about this. I'm very, very interested.
So let's see here.
Uh-huh.
So let's first look at the date, 15th of January 2023.
January, yeah.
This article was written showing that transgender and non-binary people are up to 6 times more likely to have autism.
Okay.
Right?
This is
Yes, 6 times, up to 6 times more likely to have autism. And that's based on a study that was done back in 2020, right? 14th of September here, which was the largest study to date. And it confirms an overlap between autism and gender diversity.
Seriously?
Right? Yeah, because, you know, when you think about it, let me stop sharing the screen here for a second. When you think about it, being transgender, you know, trans meaning being across. So people that identify as being across the genders.
Yeah.
Right? Not being one out of the 2 particular genders. Right? And either not identifying as either or identifying with the opposite gender that they were, as they say, assigned to at birth, right? When you think about that, individuals that are exhibiting those sort of traits or behavior, it's kind of against life when you think about it. Now, anything, the human body is designed to self-preservate. So let's take, for instance, if somebody commits an act of suicide, you know that their mental state wasn't where it's supposed to be because the body is naturally designed to defend itself from self-harm.
Okay.
You try to hold your breath till you pass out, or to commit suicide, your body is going to prevent you from doing that. So that's not an effective way to take your own life by holding your own breath, right?
Correct.
Your body would force you to start to breathe.
To breathe.
All right? So self-preservation is a key thing behind life, behind human life. So when somebody is transgendered, you know that there has to be some other issue behind it. And for society to be trying to normalize that behavior and say it is okay and it is fine is for society to overlook an underlying issue that is present there. And we are completely ignoring another issue that's taken place. To be 3 to 6 times more likely to be diagnosed as autistic when you're transgendered, and for autistic people to be 3 to 6 times more likely to identify as transgendered, it's showing something there. It's showing, because they now, the scientific community now want to look at this, but they want to look at it from the aspect of accepting it. No, it's not about accepting it. It's about dealing with what is the cause. Because these behaviors, autism has increased, I think it's around 20-something to 40-something% over the past couple of years. So we know that something is taking place.
So
now,
so this is yeah, because okay. I mean, I've been taking in all the content, a lot of content on this. You know, whether it's Piers Morgan or whomever, you know, having these interviews with persons from you know, speaking on the transgender issue. But I've never heard anybody bring up the issue of autism. And autism, as far as I know, is a developmental disability, right? Which causes differences in the brain. So we're looking at this. This is not just something simply that you know, people just saying, listen, I do identify this and I do identify as that. This could be far deeper than that, and nobody's really addressing the core issue.
It's much deeper than that. It's much deeper, and that's the problem. And when we're looking at, oh, it's just about, you know, somebody thinking who they are, what they identify as, and we should supposed to accept that, we are ignoring a key underlying issue. Why are cases of autism increasing? The more cases of autism that increases, the more transgenderism you're going to see rearing its head. So that's going to pop up more and more. So we have to address the issue of autism. Now, over a month ago, I looked at the topic of facial spectrum disorder, which is Down syndrome, right? But what they discovered actually was that that condition and Down syndrome are the same. The facial spectrum disorder was something they associated with when a mother is consuming alcohol during pregnancy. And Down syndrome is when the mother isn't consuming alcohol during pregnancy, but what they realized was when the father is consuming alcohol during the time that he is trying to get the mother pregnant, that is what caused the condition, both of which are caused from alcohol consumption. Now, previous weeks before that, I was even looking at mental health conditions that affect children, like ADHD and conduct disorder, dyslexia, and all these different mental health issues that affect children. And we see that the health of the parent plays a significant role in the neurodevelopment of the child. So if we keep overlooking these issues that the parent plays and the health of the parent plays in the brain development of the child, we are going to end up with a transgender crisis on our hands. Now, something to notice with autistic children is that autistic children can obsess over any particular thing that attention is given to. So if a parent, if the media, if social media or the favorite TV show start to push the idea that they are another gender in their head, that idea can latch on to them at an early age, and then they can obsess over it and grow up thinking and feeling this dysphoric behavior and saying, you know, they have gender dysphoria, right? Because that idea, that seed was planted in them from young, and therefore it started, like what a seed do, it started to germinate and grow. So we as the adults, or those that are childbearing ages, we need to start to pay closer attention to our health. Now, many have been, in the 1990s is when the focus on, you know, vaccines and stuff on autism was pushed, right? But I could tell you that is not the cause for autism, right? While many people might want to throw the blame on that, the reason why people throw the blame in that direction is because it's pointing the finger at someone else who wants to say, oh, you know, it's my poor choices in foods, my lack of knowledge in knowing what one should eat, my consumption of alcohol, which could have caused my ovaries or my seeds, my sperm to be deformed, that could cause those neurological disturbances. Nobody likes to take that responsibility upon themselves. So we could point the finger at something else. That's easier to do. Point the finger at something else and throw the blame on something else and say, oh, is that they, you know, that they give me that causing my child to born autistic or whatnot. When we need to just be a little bit more responsible. And as I tell people, many of us assume to know what good and healthy eating is. But right now, Trinidad and Tobago has, of this month, last month actually, ranked number 8 in the world for childhood obesity under the age of 5.
Yeah, that's true.
So it shows that we literally do not know what we are doing when it comes to the nutrition of children.
And I tell you this, And not to cut you, but I tell you this, I was having a discussion with somebody just yesterday on that obesity issue, right? And I was telling them, I say, you know, people just talk about addictive substances. And we've spoken about this on many occasions on the program, right? People talk about addictive substances. And I was telling the person, I say, you know, I think it don't have anything more addictive. You could talk about nicotine, cocaine, you could talk about all kinds of substances. You see sugar? And and the reason why I mention sugar is that when you're small growing up, it's all kind of snacks and sweet thing and, you know, soft drink and, you know, everything that you consume as a child basically has high sugar content in it. And as you get older and you start to develop little complications and you might be diagnosed with diabetes or whatever the case might be, it's only then that you slow down and you say, all right, I don't need, I stay away from the sugar because it's a sweet man and whatever the case might be. But as a child, this is what we constantly, bombard children with, is sweet stuff.
Correct. A lot of sugar. Sugar is actually 8 to 9 times more addictive than cocaine. It is actually the most addictive thing in existence. Yeah. All right. But a lot of people don't know that. Here's something else that people don't know. There are actually 4 categories of sugar. Mm-hmm. You have monosaccharides, disaccharides, oligosaccharides, and polysaccharides. Now, what I do with my clients on the consultation, this is why I tell people a consultation is a consultation and re-education, because I re-educate you on nutrition. And I've told people, and everyone that have done a consultation with me can agree and have agreed to the fact that they have learned more on nutrition in that one consultation than their entire life's worth of knowledge on nutrition. Because, I mean, nutrition is something, to me, it's quite easy and simple. Right? Not for the general public because of how much misinformation it has there. And I explain to people, help them understand what sugar is, because everybody have a concept of what sugar is and they don't truly understand what sugar is. Yeah. All right? And then there are loopholes in the labeling industry where certain things are sugars, but because it's not a form of sugar that you find naturally, it's not categorized or even placed on the labeling, but then you would see sugar-free.
Yeah, you'll see sugar-free, yeah.
It's tasting like cookies and cream, right?
Yeah.
Tasting how it tastes like cookies and cream and ice cream, but it's sugar-free.
It's sugar-free.
All right, so a lot of things we are unaware of, and this is what I bring to people, right? I help them understand nutrition in a level that simplifies it so much, so well, that it transcends what you have learned throughout your entire life, right? Nutrition is that easy because guess what? No animal in nature needs a nutritionist or a dietitian, correct? You don't see no animal in nature going to have a convention to learn what to eat, right? You don't see that at all. Why we humans have to be doing that? It's because we have strayed away from what we are biologically and genetically been designed to consume. And we keep thinking, and this is why medication is so used. All right, and people actually would call me and ask what I have for this, because many people don't want to make lifestyle changes because they are too addicted. They are too addicted to what they are regularly eating, all these sugars. They are too addicted. So you don't want to hear, you're not biologically designed to consume this. They don't want to hear that. I want to take a pill for it. And this is why we don't even live to half our life, true life expectancy. Because we're supposed to be hitting 150 with ease, right? Trinidadians barely reaching 75 years, all right? So what I tell you, if so much. Yeah. And because I've seen a lot of people over the past couple of weeks died in their 30s, things like cancer and different digestive disorders and stuff, in the early 30s, right? And people younger are dying earlier, right? So what I tell people, if you truly care about your health, if you truly want to live a healthy, long and prosperous life, because people could live long and unhealthy. So me, that is not a good way of life.
Right.
Contact me. Let's book an appointment. All right. Trust me, you're going to be amazed and you're going to be edified when it comes to nutrition.
All right.
And health.
All right. So Seth Wyall aboard. We want to thank you. I would have never, ever, ever. I mean, based on how the topic has been discussed, I would have never draw that line there. I think you shed some light and onto the issue of transgender, the transgender issue. So I think we need to take a look at it a little deeper in terms of the autism aspect. and everything that you spoke about this morning. I'll thank you for that. And of course, people, you could call Set on 7611952, book a consultation today and find out more. Don't just, don't be afraid to find out something new or different. All right, might be what you want to hear, but it might be the right thing for you. So, Seth, thanks a lot, man. Next week.
Thanks for having me. Next week.
All right, man. So, that is Seth Weil aboard.